Now we're moving on to the resets. Basically, you're going to perform these 2 times a day. These are the ones that are going to create the most changes in your position. The goal of these exercises is to, again, open up the areas based off that position that we talked about, the extension-based position. Open up the areas that will allow you to pressurize and get a more even distribution of air as you go down into your squat. So these are resets. You're doing these 2 times a day. I'll do any guy depending on what they come in for. If they're hurt, we might do a ton of volume on these. It might be like 4 to 5 sets of 4 to 5 breaths. It might be more exercises. But essentially, I'm just trying to get some guys to get some, feel where their rib cage is, like get a good position, get some good abs firing. So like 1 set of 10 breaths every day, just get everything going in a good direction is a good place to start. These are the ones that are kind of different, so I'll kind of explain each. But so lazy bear, I know you guys probably all know bear crawls. Lazy bear is just, what a term I made up for your knees being on the ground. But essentially, you're just in this position. He's basically reaching through his arms, trying to keep his sternum or his chest bone parallel to the ground, and he's trying to reach through his shoulders and then tuck his hips. And basically what you're trying to feel there, it's the preset for all the rest of the exercises. It'll help you feel like these side ab muscles I was talking about, and that'll help you get stability for all the rest of the exercises that you're going to do. All right. And then you can make the breathing very specific to the person. If you got guys that are, super overly extended, you want them to like forcefully exhale and breathe out through like pursed lips, like you're blowing a straw, and blow all the air out. And that'll help kind of bring their rib cage a lot in. If you have guys that, have a lot of extension in their back, but they don't have this big broad rib cage opened up, you can change that exhale and make it more of an open mouth sigh. So they're not trying to open up, they're just trying to maintain that core position. But there's a lot of specifics you can take to it. Essentially, they're breathing out through their mouth and in through their nose. Cool. The 90-90 hip lift with 2-arm reach. It's 90-90 because your hips and knees are at 90-90, and you're reaching both arms up. Again, you'll notice it's very similar to the previous one. Now we're just involving some hamstrings. So we're working on the muscle groups. We're kind of progressively adding each one in. The last one was just abs. This one's abs and hamstrings. So now he's reaching. He's trying to flex his ankles up. He's pulling his heels down into the bench. I'm going to play it. He doesn't really move. He's just breathing. But essentially he's doing, slow exhales through his mouth, inhale through his nose, reaching to the ceiling. And again, it's just working on feeling those ab muscles and the hamstrings to get you in a better position. And you'll see that the more we progress these exercises, they become more catching crouch-like position. Now, big name, short seated band reaching with diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing is just basically think of it as belly breathing. So basically he's just in this position. He's reaching with his arms. He's pulling back with his heels and trying to pull his knee forward, which in a sense is working him into ankle flexion too, because he's going to kind of feel these front side ankle muscles as he pulls into this position. And it's basically a third version now progressing into everything all at once. So his feel on this one is to kind of like pull back with his heels so that he starts feeling those front ankle muscles almost like he's working into the bottom, or almost like he's working into like his catching position. And he's reaching through his arms. And you'll feel abs, you'll feel your hamstrings, and you're going to feel those ankle muscles you're talking about. So we're starting to work into full triple flexion.